Greetings, Band Warriors. Greetings. Greg is back for another live stream episode, dropping things like they're hot. That must mean that we're due for a real nice chit chat tonight. We're going to be talking about life, all the beautiful things we love to talk about. Thank you to everyone that joins in the live chats and contributes by making your comments and really just engaging. It means the world to me that you're here. I hope that you are feeling like this message is something that's giving you an opportunity to really feel seen and heard, maybe in ways that you haven't felt that with yourself or with others. It's clearly not the most popular message, is it? What we're talking about here. I saw a quote today that said, "One of the most terrifying things is to fully accept oneself." It's terrifying, ain't it? For you to think that you have to to be able to see yourself. I mean, that's this whole thing. That's what results kill excuses is all about. Because in order to fully move into the future, right? In order to fully improve the quality of your life. Think about it like this. A lot of people, you want to improve your life by doing different things. Like maybe you're unhealthy right now, so you just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna really start that diet now, and I'm gonna start working out right now, cold turkey." Right? You're just gonna start doing things that you haven't been doing, or maybe you have some financial stress, and so you're like, maybe I'm gonna get a new job, or I'm gonna get another job, or I'm gonna start something else. So we always want we want solutions to the problems that we're faced with right now. And that makes sense, right? Of course, that's why so many people are a lot of kind of fixers are very successful nowadays because they can promise ways for you to solve your immediate problems. But the sad thing is that even if you solved your immediate problem, it's not going to get you what you truly want. And hearing that would probably take you having a level of confidence in saying, well, what does this guy think he knows that I want? And for me, what I know about that is that we all want to feel seen and heard. I think we all feel like there's something about us that we could improve in our lives that maybe we're ashamed about. There's probably some circumstances and situations that we wish had played out different, so we're embarrassed. I think most of us want to be accepted, but the sad thing is that because we don't really trust ourselves, that we seek acceptance from others that is kind of false, that it's not our truest self. Maybe it's a part of us, maybe it's something that we somehow think about, but it's not our most authentic self. And so, when you really start to come and listen to what I'm speaking about, right? It's all about looking within, because that's where the truest answers exist to all of your problems in life. You have the answers to every freaking problem. You have it all. Everything that you think is a problem in your life right now, you have the answer in you. You don't need it from a guru or a healer or a pastor or anybody. Nobody has the answers to your problems. You have them in you. The reason why you're looking outside of yourself more times than not is because there's a lack of self-confidence with you. There's some emotional trauma that's happened in your life that's caused you to not fully trust yourself. And thus you seek external validation, like you need someone else. Like you have an idea about something, anything. You could have an idea about anything of you doing something, and it's like you won't just go take action on it. You had the idea, and if you lack self-confidence and a sense of real sovereignty to like you are sovereign, like you are your own self. What's up, my brother? That you could just go and like start acting on this thing. But no, 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 no. Most of us, we say we have an idea and we kind of toss it around in our own heads for way too long without taking any action. And then when we maybe do have like a thing, we feel like there's someone we trust or someone that we, you know, feel safe with. We'll run it by them. Hey, what do you think about this idea? And if they're not on board with it or they have a weird reaction to it, it's like, oof, man, that thing is done. It's done. It's never coming out, huh? You're never going to let it live because of someone else. But the thing is, someone else could be wrong about your idea because it's not their idea. It's yours. We don't understand. It's sad that we don't understand that part of life. Is that when you're given an idea, that's a gift for you. And yet, here's the thing. It's not a terrible idea for you to go and ask for some feedback on it. But there's a caveat to that. Don't go to someone that's not doing what it is that is similar to your idea. If you go to somebody that has no idea of what you're even talking about and you're just running an idea by them, but they're a family member or a friend, they're not seeing what you're seeing. They're not even thinking about what you're thinking about. And thus, you go to somebody that has no background, no experience, no real practicality other than an opinion. And what is that good for? Is it your own subconscious way of just talking yourself out of doing the thing? Because you go to a really bad source, not that they're a bad person, but if, why would you want to get financial advice from, somebody that has nothing, has never invested, has never, has no idea about how money works? Why would you want to go and get plumbing advice, right, from someone that's never done any plumbing? It's sort of that expert. You want to seek out expertise with even running your ideas by people. But again, even if you need to externalize it, that means that there's already some doubt. There's already some fear. And there lies the problem, is how do we face the fear? How do we sit in that and face it? How do we transcend the fear? Because fear is so paralyzing. I mean, fear has stopped most people from doing the things that they probably wish they could do more than anything else. Have you given up on a dream? Did you ever give up on something because you were afraid? Right? What others would think, or you just doubted that you were good enough to do something, but it was in you. It was your vision. It was a part of, it came. Where did it come from? Very rarely do you just see someone else doing something and get all inspired and be like, I really want to do that. I want to copy everything they're saying. No, usually if there's an inspiration, like something different, right? Like, when you see somebody doing something and it really moves you, it inspires you. It's because and versus seeing something else and you're like, You don't really even have any connection to it. But when you see something you're inspired by it, it's probably because there's something in you that desires to do that thing. But yet, will you allow fear to suffocate that out of you? That you never try to do the thing because you're watching somebody do it at the highest level and you're saying, oh, well, I can never be as good as them. Well, yes, you're right. Tell yourself that a million times for the rest of your life, every day, 50 times to 1,000 times a day. Tell yourself that you'll never be as good as that. And guess what? You'll never be as good as that. But there's someone out there that sees and is inspired by someone else, and they say, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. What's the difference? It's all a mindset. It's all a mindset, which is like sort of the whole hologram of this reality. It's like, wait, one person sees something and says, and almost gets jealous because they would love to do it, but they don't, their own self-conscience, their own self-worth is so bad that they're like, I can never do that. Oh, and you almost get like jealous and give in to the fear. You come up with the reasons why you'll never be able to do that. And then you sort of like, what, you need to sit there and just be jealous? Or are you really excited when you see someone doing something you wish you could do? Are you really excited for them if they're doing amazing things and higher levels? Are you really excited for someone like, yay? But like there's no connection. There's not a real personal connection. You're just cheering for someone else. Are you really excited for them? That's awesome, Kelly. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Adam is an inspirational guy. Grateful to have him and you here. But you think about it. It's like, do we really get enjoyment? I mean, when I was a little kid, right? I had a few idols, right? I love football and I love baseball. And my baseball idol was Ozzie Smith. He used to play for St. Louis Cardinals. And my football idol was John Elway. And I love those guys. I think I still have their rookie cards. And, I just, those guys were my idols. Bo Jackson, he was another idol. Deion Sanders, like two sport type athletes, just right. But there gets to be a point in your life where it's like, okay, it's great to be cheering on these dudes, but what am I doing with my life? What what am I doing with me? And that was like the epiphany that I talk about a lot. I remember I was sitting there one day, it was like playoff season, and I was watching a big game. My team was losing. And I just had this out of body experience where like my higher self took over the microphone in my brain. And I just remember I was looking down on myself, sitting on the couch, watching the TV, being upset, drinking a beer, whatever the fuck I was doing. And I just heard this voice say, what are you doing? And I'm like, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm watching my team. And it's like, what are you really doing? And I was like, yeah, I'm watching my team, man. That's what I'm doing. And the download just came through. It's like, yeah, but what you're really doing is watching other people work. This is their job. What we just look at, oh, well, I'm being entertained. They get paid to do that. And they get paid really well to do it. And I just had never really thought about it like that. Like I knew that people made money. It was a dream of mine. I was like, I'm going to be a professional athlete someday, right? That was one of my childhood dreams. So I understood that you could definitely make money doing it, but I didn't understand the juxtaposition of saying, okay, here I am, a grown ass man, and I'm giving up lots of my quality time, because if you have time to just sit back and watch TV, well, you got time to do anything. You got time to work out, you got time to meal prep, you got time to do some healing work in the Results Kill Excuses 1% Everyday Journal. You got time for some meditation, you got time for some exercise, right? I mean, if you got time to sit there and just watch TV or scroll or whatever it is for hours, I mean, that's a very passive use of your time. I mean, that is a very, very loose use of your time, letting it just slip right out of your hands like the most precious, precious thing. You can always make more money. You cannot make more time, people. Money can easily, it's a renewable resource. Time? No. Once it's gone, it's gone. And the secret to time is you can be the master of it. But here's the thing, you don't know how much time you have to be the master of. Wrap your heart and soul around that real quick. Like, really sit with that. You can be the master of your time. Most of y'all don't think that because you're victims. Most of y'all are like, how is that even possible? But you also don't know how much time that you even get to be the master of, or how much time you get to waste away. So there's no guarantees. Real talk, 186,000 people perish every single day for a million reasons. The fact that you got to experience this thing called life today is so incredible. It's way more incredible than you are willing to even acknowledge. And the reason, and what shows that you don't even acknowledge how incredible it is because if you look back at your past week, at your past month, at this past year, how have you used your time? How have you spent it? If time were a resource like money, this is going to get deep. If time was a resource like money, if I was to give you $1 million, right? I'm pretty sure that with no judgments, like people would go and probably buy a nice ass house, nice ass car, maybe a vacation. I mean, who knows? It's up to you how you'd want to spend it. The things, it's based on the values, right? What do you value? So when you see $1 million, right? The things that you lack, that you value most, you're probably going to spend it on that. Will you get a return on it? That's up to you. We'll see. There's a lot of you that you'd probably buy too much house and then you'd be fucking stressed the hell out because you wouldn't even be able to keep up with it. But if you could imagine time being a resource, how do you spend your time? And this is absolutely actually real talk. The Results Kill Excuses way. So you've been given all this time, this year, and already this month. And how have you spent it? Because your time is a form of investment. If you think that you're just meant to just kick the fuck back all the time, chilling when you ain't working, you it would benefit you to start having some curiosity around the concept of self-development, self-improvement, self-awareness, and self-mastery. Like, to understand that everything that I talk about here is all skill development. It's all something that you can practice. And with practice, you will definitely start to master these things. There's nothing that I talk about here that just says, oh, you're just going to wake up and you'll just magically have this thing and that thing. No, this is literally a community that's built of people that are willing to fucking commit to putting in the work, which is a 4-letter word. And most people are so fucking overwhelmed. I'm telling you, everywhere I go right now, there's something about me in the place where I'm at. I'm very present. I'm very conscientious. I'm very sensitive energetically. And I spend time. I'm even getting just like goosebumps saying this because I take these very precious moments to connect with the people I interact with, whether, you know, I was at a resort this past weekend, and like I always go out of my way when I can tell the people that are, taking care of the grounds, taking out the trash, the housekeepers, all the people behind the scenes, picking up after the messy fuckers out there. I always go out of my way to say, hey man, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. I appreciate you. So they just feel seen because when you really look at people, there's a lot of people, man. They're fucking miserable. They're doing these things, but it's just like, it's hard. They're living some pretty tough lives. I see a lot of people, man. They're just not happy. 87% of adults, 87% of adults are unhappy with their work. So even if you just take a typical 40-hour work week, 160 hours a month, right? And you're investing your time to do something that you don't even like doing. But what? You're telling yourself a story that, oh, I have to do this. Well, what does he want me to do? Just walk away? What about my pension? Your pension, I'm not telling you to walk away from anything. I'm telling you to do the work, the healing work, which is the not popular work, so that you can truly discover what are your gifts and talents. What is that thing inside of you that needs to be expressed, needs to be developed, needs to be mastered, and then shared with your community, your family, the world at large? I mean, there is so much untapped potential in each and every one of us. Guaranteed. Capital T-T-T'd. Guaranteed that there is hidden potential inside of you. And there's also these gifts inside of you. There's talents. There's things that you just, man, if you could just find and channel and activate that courageous BAMF warrior inside of you for even just 20 seconds, man. If you could just get 20 seconds of that and like go out and just take action without any hesitation, apprehension, it would feel so good. It may feel so good that it becomes contagious, and it becomes the thing that actually is the catalyst for you transforming your whole entire life. Which is what's so beautiful is throughout my own experience in putting together the 1% Better Everyday Journal, right? This doesn't tell you what to do with your life. It shows you how to get so clear with yourself, get so honest with yourself that you can then have the clarity needed to see what you want to do with your life, what you want to do. Nowhere near am I telling you, hey, go do this with your life, go do that with your life. This is just the recipe for you it's a system to show you how to get the clarity you need so that you can step into your true and authentic self. What you do, how you express yourself, how you decide to make a declaration of how you want to show up in the world, who you want to be, is totally up to you. And that's like the most empowering, cool thing that a lot of people are totally oblivious to because they're so victimized versus, you know, realizing that you can create a character just like a video game. I almost think like video games are sort of the it's we created that artificial environment from our it must have came from our own subconscious knowing of what this existence is really about, where you can actually like respawn and, you know, create a character and do all kinds of stuff with that character, where it's almost like our own perception of it. But yet so many of us, we get sucked into that virtual world that we forget that this world is also virtual, and this is where it needs real inputs from you. This 3D world needs the inputs from you. And here's the truth. Whatever you have right now is a result of the inputs that you have been putting into your game. If you're putting the inputs that you're a victim, right? Nothing ever goes your way. You're never going to get ahead, you know, blame, whatever the fuck it is that has you so occupied and down on yourself, then that's all you get. You just get that. If that's your mindset, if that's your energy, that's what you get. But when you start tapping into positivity, which is the balance is so simple. It's love or fear, right? You're going to operate in love or you're going to operate in fear. And it always starts with you, not the other people, not how you're treating people, right? You can go out there and be so loving, so kind, and you'll get some karmic return on that. But if you're doing it as a means for the karmic return, then yeah, you're already bullshitting yourself. See, the thing is you need to send that energy needs to be sent to you first. You need to be filled with love. And you're either filled with love or you're filled with fear. And you could have a combination of both, but whichever is more than 51%. There's no 50-50. You're either 51 fear or more, or you're 51 love. And usually it's pretty easy to tell. When you're filled with 51% more of love, your life starts spiraling up, right? You're really getting this. You're really getting some traction. You're taking complete extreme ownership of your life, all the circumstances, and you're really getting to a place of total acceptance. And as you get to total acceptance, that means you can also get to total forgiveness. And as you get to total forgiveness, that means you can start releasing these things from your past, the stories, the people, and you can start truly stepping into your true and authentic self. When you're living in fear, 51% or more, right? Then you usually say things like, "Well, I just feel stuck. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. Right? You don't have the intrinsic motivation, which is coming from your heart, that activates you to do things that you don't want to do. But you're doing it because you have a higher purpose to be doing these things. And the higher purpose is like, it pulls you. Right? There's times where it's like in my own life, tonight alone, I've been recording, I don't know, I had a coaching call earlier and I've been recording ever since that. Recording videos, more videos, getting on here, doing more. And there's a part of me, like in the back, the fear that's like, dude, don't waste your time. No one cares what the fuck you have to say. Right? And it's like, just give up. Or even better, go kill yourself. You know, that voice is still there, but it's not as powerful as it used to be when I was way more aligned in fear. Now I'm definitely more than 51% in love. I'm operating in love. Open-hearted energy, kindness, generosity, non-judgmental, very accepting of myself. I'm accepting of others. So even if you're hearing this message and you're some of these things are sort of like agitating you, irritating you, or hard to sit and listen, it's not because of what I'm saying, it's because of what it's activating inside of you. This is a gift that I have is I'm an activator. This what I speak has the power in it to activate you to a more awakened state of being, to where you can't stay stuck in the victimization. And that's very uncomfortable because it challenges all of your wounds, all of your fear, all of your doubt, all of your guilt, all of your shame, all the lower vibrational shit. Yeah, the upper limit's great, man. The big leap is on point. And I strike out on all four. I think he has four of them. Like, fuck, man. I strike out with all four of the primary upper limit problems in terms of just the reasons why to self-sabotage. Yeah, The Upper Limit's a great book. The Big Leap. If anybody's looking for a good read, The Big Leap. Untethered Soul, another one. Mountain is You. Power of Now. Those are books that probably for the past 5 years I listened to all of those books at least once, sometimes more. I've already listened to The Big Leap, The Untethered Soul this year. I haven't listened to The Mountain Is You. I was thinking today that I wanted to probably listen to The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. But I've listened to, the other thing is I've listened to probably 30 other books though. And some of them like 5 times in a row. Yeah, I had 4 out of 4, dude. I'm like, fuck, man. Just all the chips were stacked against me. Fuck. I'm like, yeah, man. I have every reason to just self-sabotage. Every reason. And yet that's the beauty of this way of life is you can really, once you clear your mind and really start to get the concept of leaving self-sabotage, embracing self-discovery, starting to do the self-improvement, then to start to develop the improvements you're doing, right? And then getting into the self-awareness, into self-mastery. This is an upward spiral. And guess what? It's all packed into here. It's all packed into here, man. The 1% Better Everyday Journal, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. They're all put together. There is a sense of repetitiveness in there, but not complete, just carbon copy. But there is something that to be said about we are creatures of habit. We need the repetitiveness. We need the reps. We need to get the reps because you're trying to flex your new muscles of reframing negative circumstances, situations in your life, situations in this world, reframing it into the positive, into seeing that everything is happening for the greatest good of all humanity. Whether you see it, I love the Chinese proverb where the farmer, his horses run away, villagers show up, worst day ever, and he says maybe. Next day, all these wild horses show up, villagers notice, you're blessed, best day ever, celebrate. He's like, maybe. Next day, his son is on the horse, gets bucked off, breaks his leg. Villagers come over. Oh no, you're cursed. Worst day ever. Maybe. Next day, the country goes off, declares war. All of the villagers' sons get sent off to die. They come grieving to the guy saying, oh no, your son was spared. best day ever. And he's like, maybe. And maybe means neutral. See, this is the thing, right? I haven't pulled this up in a minute, but it's my favorite. You guys know I'll know this. The minute I kind of tied all this together, and I don't even remember the first time I saw the vibrational energetic chart. I have to really think about when I first came across this. But this is neutrality. And I just talked about how you overcome all this, right? With courage, right? Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. Look how low fear is. Shame is the bottom, though, man. When you're just filled with shame. And then the thing you need to realize is this is all contracted energy. That means you're closed off. Your energy is closed. You're guarded. You're shut down. You're protected, right? You do not want anyone fucking with you. And you don't trust nobody. You're shut down energetically speaking. And it's all right here. Desire, right? Desire is just about fear. A lot of people will say, well, man, desire, it kind of feels weird, right? You're like, desire. In the modern culture, we kind of look at desire as like kind of a good thing. But actually, I heard this recently, and this really frames it well, is desire is a contract you make with yourself that you aren't going to be happy until something happens. Because desire is a longing. You're longing. You desire something, right? It's like they say in the law of attraction. The more that you say, I want, I want a better job. I want a better relationship. I want more money. And it's like the universe says, great, we'll create more want. Because you want so bad, you're saying I want. You have to start living from the end. I am, I feel, I know. And even just getting beyond that, which is in these gratitude, like the love journal, the love jar, the gratitude is just already saying like, thank you. It's being in a state of just thank you. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the health. Thank you for my incredible relationship. Thank you for the healing I've been through. Thank you for softening my heart and allowing me to forgive myself and others. Right? Even as if it hasn't happened, but you sit in that energy of cultivating these courage. The neutrality is maybe. Maybe it's the worst thing. So-and-so got elected. Worst thing ever. Maybe. So-and-so got elected. Best thing ever. Maybe. So-and-so, whatever happens, this team won. Worst thing ever. Maybe. It's just neutral. That's what neutral is. And I've been talking a lot about willingness versus wishing. Right? You have to have a willingness. A willingness is like, man, when I hit that rock bottom, I was willing. I had this willing spirit, right? Of saying, fuck, I'm willing. I remember sitting there, I was so fucking broken and fragmented mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially. I mean, my whole world was destroyed. I would have felt better dead, of course. But I just sat in that. And I knew that I was like, I am done, man. I am willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever it fucking takes, man. This cannot be it. And it was just in that spirit. That is a spirit of willingness. Like, and I didn't just run to people, hey, man, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No, right? A lot of people do. I've coached people throughout many years. They come to me and say, man, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Okay. And then I tell them, well, I don't know if I have time for that. Or I don't, it's like, wait, dude, I thought you said you were willing. You're not, man. You just want the pain to go away. And if you're just looking for the pain to go away, like, yeah, you'll numb out your pain. But that's not going to heal your issues. And you guess what? It's going to be a broken record. You'll repeat yourself. That's awesome, bro. I celebrate you, Kelly. Shame still comes up for me. Like I said, the critic, the shame, the stories of the past, there's still certain things just through the course of life that activates memories and it's the upper limit problem too. Sometimes you're just like, things are going good, and then you're like, I suck, or I'm not good enough for this, or I'm not worthy of this. And then you start thinking about all the bad shit that you did. I mean, I was that guy. I carried that for a long time. That's like the bottom of shame. That's why shame is so bad, because what does shame sound like? To me, shame sounds like the version of me that used to say, like, man, I don't deserve anything in life. Like, I have done so many bad things that, like, my life should be fucked over forever. Like, I'm not redeemable. I'm not forgivable. Like, the things I've done, I deserve to just be punished for the rest of my life. That's like the ultimate shame, right? Where you just self-inflicted suffering. It's like, man, if you can climb out of that fucking hole, that's a big deal. But the goal is to really ascend, releasing the shame, release the guilt, release the apathy, the grief, the fear, the unmet desires, the anger, the pride. And then you get to this place called courage. And that courage just means you got to be, the strength to let go. That's all this is. This threshold right here in the green, right? There's not an accident as to why this is green. This is also a correlation to your energy centers. So right here, you'd be talking at the bottom is red for your root chakra, right? That's where you're holding all of these. And then, you move up and you got orange, whereas like kind of where fear kicks in. That's your sacral chakra. And then yellow is like the desire and sort of the anger. And that's going to be right there in the yellow, which is your solar plexus. But when you get to the green, you start moving into the heart, right there at the core of it. See, a lot of people, you'll see them nowadays. There's a lot of people filled with pride that's hateful, but it feels good, right? You're like, man, yeah, I'm really proud. I'm proud to be angry and hateful towards this person. I'm so proud. I'm proud to have a voice of hatred and anger towards this person. Like, you really, like, people get really activated in a sense of pride, but it's still the lower, right? There is some courage in, like, even speaking out your hatred towards something. But the problem is it's gotta be in love, right? This pride is so close to anger. It's right there. It's just like the brother of anger. But it's just, again, you can't skip these steps. We have to go through this. And this is the transcendent process. And this is when you start to expand and open up your heart. And this is stuff that the breath work has helped me greatly this year. This year, I would not be where I'm at this year, which is tremendous growth, if I hadn't integrated breath work into my daily practice. And not only did I integrate it, I went and got certified to teach the exact breath work that started to really give me some massive breakthroughs. And I invite you listening to this, if you would like to join this coming week. We're going to be meeting with the Breath of Life Healing Circle. And I am going to be doing a drop-in, where right now it's been monthly membership. But if you'd like to just come and drop in and check it out, go to resultskillexcuses.com, Breath of Life Healing Circle. And I'll probably have the drop-in. If you scroll down here, it says reserve your spot. It'll probably say like drop in for a session. And that'll give you access to one session. My hope is that if you come once, you're going to want to come lots of times, because it's a really powerful container. And it's really community. That's the beautiful part about it. So many of us, we're seeking community. We're seeking people like-minded that we can connect with. That's a safe container where it's free of judgment. And then it's also it's so much more than that. It's filled with like healing and vulnerability and, some deep reflection work. There's really some really deep reflection work happening in the Breath of Life circle. And then there's a lot of just the breathing where, sometimes if we don't have the initiative to do it on our own and just do the breathing, there's a container there to really start to like see you through it. And it may feel sort of like, really, can I do that like remotely? But I wasn't sure how it would work initially at the remote, like if I would feel the same connection, but I do feel the same connection. I can truly feel people breathing, and I'm holding that space, that containment throughout the breathwork session, and it's very guided. So if it's something that's maybe sparked your interest, it may be worth giving it a look. I'll probably have that link up tomorrow for the drop-in session if you're interested in maybe just coming and checking us out this Sunday. We do record all the sessions, so you can also watch it on replay, which is also helpful. But the topic, it's been a good conversation. How are we using our time? How are we investing our time? Should we really be wasting our time? Is it our right? Do we have the right to just waste our time? I guess everyone can have a different answer to that, right? There are some times when I need to just rest. I don't consider rest wasting my time. I would definitely consider maybe any more than it's gonna probably sound bad, but like more than like 10 minutes scrolling is a big waste of my time. And in any given session, I mean, I might get on there and just for like 5 minutes, but more than that, I would much rather be investing my time in learning new things, creating new things, helping others, right? And enjoying the life that I have. And in doing that, inspiring others to live their best life. But I know that a lot of people, just sort of this title here, what's luck got to do with it? A lot of people will see and compare and be like, but you're just lucky. Like, man, whoo. I've always said I'm the luckiest guy around. But holy shit, man, that like luck is earned. Luck is like an earned, like, you got to really align yourself with the luck. A lot of people, if you're just looking, I forget who he is, but he's kind of an inspirational guy, and he's talking about his success story where it's like, and I agree with this. Like I experienced this myself where it's like work, nothing happens. Work, nothing happens. Keep working, work, still nothing happens. Work, nothing happens. Work, and then boom, right? Payday. And then everybody's looking and saying, oh, wow, this guy was like an overnight success. And he's like, no, fuck no, man. Work, nothing happens has been my story. But it's all of that effort and that energy and that momentum, and it's the same with the healing work. It's this work is the same, right? You're going to be like work, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, right? Day 60, right? I don't know if anything's really happened, and then it's like boom, right when you're willing to give up. That day you were feeling like shit, but you showed up anyways. It's like, oh fuck, man, some shit actually happened. I love it. And then you keep going. And you keep going. And the beautiful thing is when you're tracking it in like the results kill excuses, 1% better everyday journal, you have the receipts now. So that even if your mind is trying to play tricks on you, you can go back to day one, week one, month one from volume one if you're on volume 2 or 3 or 4. And you actually like that is how you gather your confidence and your strength and your courage to keep going. You're like, fuck, man, I think I actually have something that's very organized. It's very neat, easy to read. There's times in my early journals, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's kind of chaotic, right? Because it's just me writing, and I can tell on the days when I'm stressed, I'm writing sloppy, and I can barely even fucking read my shit. And yet I'm still trying to find those little receipts of those nuggets of gold that are in there saying, oh yeah, fuck. Damn, dude, I was thinking like that like 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Shit. Let me give myself a hug. Give yourself a hug. Right? Literally, like everyone listening, man, you should like learn to appreciate yourself more. Make more time to appreciate yourself. Right? Genuine appreciation, like really like care for this being that you get to be. Like genuinely care. Like show affection towards yourself. Look in the mirror, do the mirror work where it's like, man, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job, man. I'm like, I can't believe how far we've come, but we still got more to go. But guess what? We got each other. It's like I have these conversations with myself all the time. And I did just record a video talking about that. Self appreciation. It's in volume 2. It's a big part of it. Self care is a real big focus on volume 2. Because we really do need to start to elevate that self awareness, conscientiousness as to like everything we think, everything we say, everything we do is an investment. And if you don't like what you're getting, it's because something's off there. And the cool thing is you can always make an adjustment. Every day is a new day for you to say, guess what? I want to be 1% better than I was yesterday. It becomes a very fun, contagious concept. It's gotten me extremely far down the road on this healing journey, spiritual awakening, where I could have given up a long, long time ago. And I had people try to talk me out of it. They were like, man, aren't you good, bro? Aren't you good? And it's just because it's from from someone else's perspective that's just kind of doing life regular, broken, unhealed, in denial, right? They don't want to see you start doing shit way different. You ever had somebody when you hit like a rock bottom, like you're going through a real tough time and you kind of open up with them? Have you ever had anybody ever tell you, it's okay, man. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Has anybody ever heard that? I have someone really close in my life that would always say that. This too shall pass. But the funny thing that I was thinking about today is they'll say this too shall pass until you actually start doing the thing that allows it to pass. And then they're like, oh, wait, I didn't want you to do all that, though. I just wanted you to let the storm pass. But now that you're wanting to do the work and be proactive and healing, and don't do that. You were just supposed to let the pain kind of subside, not necessarily fully go away. And that's the truth. I think in tomorrow's video, I was talking about how so many people are trying to avoid the pain. It's all about pain. Fear, pain. It's really pain. And we're literally running from the pain. We're just trying to run away from our pain. We don't want to deal with pain. Pain is no fun. And yet there's scientific studies that show this, research that shows the difference between the buffalo, the bison, and the cows. So when a storm comes, usually winter, the bison turns towards the storm and runs through the storm. Because if the storm is coming this way and the bison turns towards the storm, the bison keeps running and then the storm passes faster. They get to the other side of the storm quicker. They just know this. They have this in their knowing. What cows do is the storm comes and the cow starts running, tries to run away from the storm, and thus they stay in the storm longer because they're trying to outrun the storm. Now, which are you? Are you someone trying to outrun your storms? If a storm was an analogy for your problems, are you trying to outrun them, or are you running right to them? Are you running through them? Are you facing your storms, which is like your problems in life? Most people that I talk with that reach out to me, they're tired of running from their storms and they want to activate that courage. They want to know what it takes to get to the courage to face the storms. And I said it before earlier, you have the courage in you. Every single one of us has that warrior spirit inside of us. If you think back on your life, there has to have been, I don't know anybody that could say, oh, I've never had to be courageous and really step up in without any notice, just boom, step up. We've all activated something in us that created this courageous act in a split second. It's in us. It's in our DNA. It's just in our, who we are is our construct. And yet, when it comes to just our day in, day out problems of life, we're just running away from them as if we can't face that shit too. And the more you face it, it's the craziest thing. When you finally get to this courage again, where you just say, I don't care how big the fucking challenge is. I ain't giving up. I ain't backing down. Bring it. Life, bring it. When you get to there, it's like all these problems, they start to shrink. They just they turn into tiny little things. And then the thing you thought was going to crush you, you're like, really? This isn't actually too bad. Sucks, but I think I got this. And then you come out the other side, you're like, man, I'm a fucking superhero now. Because I faced my fear. And then you keep building off of that. You continue to build that momentum. And what makes it even more special is when you have a community of like-minded motherfuckers that are also doing that shit, facing their fears, right? We can link shields. We pick each other up. We now have people to call upon that are actually genuinely, sincerely in their own season of growth and expansion versus just hiding, contracted, sidelined, victimized. They're taking their power back. It's always about taking your power back from fear to love. Fear to love. When you start to awaken to the fact that fear is just an illusion, it's the obstacle. It's an obstacle. It's an illusion. It's something that it feels so scary. I remember as a kid, I had a reoccurring dream for most of my childhood where there was this big, I don't know, it was like a demonic energy that was just big and scary. And I always remember, I think this was what was weird about the dream is I was on this, it was an elliptical, but when I was a kid, they didn't have ellipticals, right? The elliptical machines, but I was on it. I was on this elliptical, but I was all uncoordinated. And it's this thing was always chasing me, but it never attacked me. It was just there. And I was trying to outrun it all uncoordinated. And I've always been a very fast runner. So it was always the weirdest thing. I was I can't get away from this thing. And it's it wasn't until I finally came to a place in my life where I said, dude, like, stop running. You're not even going anywhere. Turn around and face the thing. And when you do, when you finally turn around and face the thing, you realize, like, dude, this ain't nothing. It's not as bad and as scary as you think it is. We always overhype ourselves. But if you've ever heard anybody say, man, oh, they're just lucky. There's, they always, I'm a believer that says luck is when opportunity meets preparation, right? When you're prepared and the opportunity shows up, wapow, let's fucking seize that moment. And that's when people think, oh man, you're lucky, overnight success. And it's like, no, work, 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 work. Nothing happens. Work, 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 work. Nothing happens. What? Work, 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 work. Nothing happens. But yet, you just, if you have a goal, if you have a vision, to believe in that. I always love seeing the little cartoon where the guy gives up like inches away from the fucking gold, right? He was just like hacking away and just like, oh man, there's no gold here. But then the other guy went just a little further and boom, he hit the pay dirt. And that's usually like, that's a big indicator, right? If you're on this 1% better every day journey, or even just in life, man, if you're just feeling like giving the fuck up, it's like, that's when you need to double down, triple down, quadruple down. When you're feeling like, man, nothing's going right, everything's falling apart, it's like, that's the moment. That's the golden opportunity for you. Like a final test. It's like the final boss. It's like, don't give up now. Fuck no. You've come way too far. Believe, believe, believe. Have faith. Believe. Believe as if, believe it, believe it, believe it. Whatever it is that you're believing in, whatever it is that you want to believe in, but are sometimes struggle believing in, being a reality in your life, being a potential, like, just, man, what is it going to hurt you to believe in it? Believe, 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 believe. But let go of how. That is probably the biggest issue. We want to, with our analytical, intelligent minds, we want to know how. How can this happen? How is this going to happen? And unfortunately, we need to get out of that part of our minds. We need to just be present in the experience and trust the visions, ask for signs, whatever you need for just that little dose of reassurance that you're on the right path. I always think that, the synchronicities, if you're seeing the numbers, you're seeing different synchronicities, those are just indicators that you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. Right? I see animals, different signs. I get all kinds of signs. And sometimes I can get frustrated seeing those because I'm like, fuck, okay, I see all the signs. I'm ready. I want the results. I want the results. The signs are wonderful. Thank you so much for the signs. Thank you for the signs. I want the results. But then I have to tell myself, well, you don't want the results. You have to actually already have the results. I have the results. I have the results. Did you see that? Those of you listening, did you catch that? You can't get stuck in I want the result. No, don't do that. So you have to reframe it, be like, I have the results. Right? When I open my eyes up, the things that I'm working towards, the things that I'm desiring, when I open my eyes, I'm going to be in a feeling state that they exist. And it should bring a smile. It should bring joy. I think that's a pretty solid message for tonight, everybody. Face the fears. Don't give up. Stay locked in. The worst days are usually the best. Those hardest days are the ones when you look back, they're going to be your story. They're going to be the ones that like you're going to be able to fucking hang your hat on. That no one's going to be able to take that from you. That's the beauty of it. When you endure the tough days, I can say in my heart of hearts, today was like if my toughest day is a 10, today was like probably a 7. It's a pretty tough day. But I kept telling myself, we're going to get through this tough day. And when we do, we'll be better. We'll be stronger. We'll be more whole and complete, more authentic, more refined, more pure, more healed, more powerful, more strong, more safe, more secure, more stable, more unstoppable, more infinite, more abundant, more successful. So start doing that with yourself too. Affirm yourself, pick yourself up. Yeah, it's great that there's a connection there, Ben. We need to find that in each other. This is a very special community, right? There's a lot of very powerful people listening to this message right now. There's a lot of powerful people that get exposed to this message and they're still running. They're still running from the storm. And I don't have no judgment on that because their time will come. When it's their time, it's their time. But I can tell you right now, if you're here, it's your time. Your time is now. So I would highly encourage you to lean in even more. Take that leap of faith. If you haven't, please do yourself a favor. Check out the Results Kill Excuses 1% Better Everyday Journal, right? Volume 1, Volume 2, get both. Maybe even consider dropping in on the Breath of Life Healing Circle. It's a powerful resource. It's a powerful opportunity for you to really connect with yourself, but then also start connecting with myself and some other powerful people that are showing up for themselves. This is all about showing up for yourselves. I'm showing up for myself. And thus, because I've shown up for myself for so many fucking days, so many years, right? A part of that has then become, dude, I can't just keep this all to myself. There is a part of me that is like, has like this privacy part where I'm like, dude, I don't want to do all this. But I just know that it's a meaningful work for me to have. It's like, it's the craziest thing when you awaken to the fact that your very worst situation can be someone's fucking lifeline for you to share your worst day, your worst moments, your worst experiences, and how the fuck you clawed out of that shit, how you got through the worst day. That could literally be someone's lifeline. That can save someone's life. And we all have that gift. And we all have the courage that it takes to speak that power, to speak that truth about ourselves, and to also accept ourselves. But we have to do the work. It takes practice to really develop that skill set within you. The courage, the clarity, the confidence to really own who you are and to release the shame, the guilt, to release all the lower stuff. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, the fear, the desire, the anger, and the pride. And really start walking upward, spiral. Courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, Love, joy, peace, enlightenment. Powerful places to exist in the upper realms of expansion, right? To be expanded is to be open, to be contracted is to be closed off. Open energy, loving energy is open. It's transparent, it's light, it's giving, it's kind. It's what the world needs. Not the closed off shit, not the bullshitters. We've got plenty of those. Be the truth. Be the change that you desire to see in this world, right? Complaining won't change the world. Protesting won't change the world. Voting won't change the world, right? You healing 1000% changes the world. It's that powerful. It's the purpose. The purpose is to heal. The purpose is to transcend. And I'm cheering for you each and every step of the way. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night whenever you're listening to this. I hope that some of you will take action. Step up on a 1% better every day journal or do a drop in on the Breath of Life Healing Circle happening this Sunday. Would love to see you there. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.